Hi friends, this is your Berry. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have visited one of the beautiful city that is Belur, a charming town located in Hassan districts of Karnataka in India. And this Belur is situated about 220 kilometers from Bengaluru and just 40 kilometers from Hassan city. If you are traveling by bus, the Belur bus stand is just about 1 kilometers away from the famous Chennakeshava Temple. A quick auto or a pleasant 10 minutes walk will bring you to the temple's grand entrance. So, set against the serene backdrop of Western Ghats, Belur is known not just for its natural beauty but also for being a cradle of Hoysala architecture. And there's a quite interesting history about the Chennakeshava Temple of Belur. Originally known as Vijayanagara Temple, stands as a magnificent example of Hoysala craftsmanship. This grand temple was commissioned by the great Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana in 1117 CE to celebrate his victory against the Cholas in the Battle of Talakad. It took over 103 years and several generations of artists to complete this architectural marvel. The temple not only reflects the military triumphs of the Hoysalas but also their deep devotion to Lord Vishnu, and Chennakeshava means handsome Keshava, a form of Lord Vishnu. Beluru, along with nearby Halebeedu, became the spiritual and cultural capital of the Hoysala dynasty, which ruled this region from the 11th to the 14th century. As we approach the temple, the first thing that draws our attention is the majestic Gopuram, the towered gateway built during the later Vijayanagara period. As you step inside and you are greeted by the sight of the temple raised on a star-shaped platform are typically features of Hoysala architecture. The main temple stands on a jagati, means a star-shaped platform, resembling a grand chariot, each projection allowing rituals, circumambulations on a raised walkway. The platform bears seven horizontal friezes, charging elephants for strength, galloping horses for speed, and makaras, mythical sea monsters. There comes hamsas, swan-like birds, and scenes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata, and their tails and floral scrolls. We can notice all these intricate carvings on the outer walls. And there is also a Bhagavad Purana as well sculptured in these stones. And all these gracefully dancing figures, mythical beasts, animals, and floral patterns will be appeared on the exterior design of this temple. This temple is built entirely on a chloritic schist, popularly known as a soapstone, which enabled sculptors to create such a fine, detailed work. Inside this sanctum, there resides the beautiful idol of Channakeshwar, standing 6 feet tall with serene facial features and adorned with intricate jewelry. The Navarang, or a pillared hall, showcases late turned pillars, each unique in design. The famous Madanikas, or bracket figures, depict celestial maidens in various poses, dancing, playing musical instruments, or engaged in daily life. And there is also a gravity pillar, a single rock column that seems to defy weight. You can glide paper around its base, and playful challenge left by these sculptures. And there are 10 avatars of Vishnu on the Prabhavali on top of the decorative arch, images of Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha, even a Jain Jina and Buddha reflecting 12th century South India's plural spirit. Once you step into the Garbhagriha, known as Sanctum, a 3.7-meter tall black stone idol of Vijayanarayana stands serenely flanked by Dwarapalakas. They're also known as doorkeepers. Its zigzag walls play with light and shadow, bringing each of the 24 forms of Vishnu alive throughout the day. And on the temple's outer wall are over 1,200 panels, each a miniature masterpiece. And once you covered the main Chennakeshwar temple, if you come out, there is a lot of small shrines inside the compound. One among them is Sri Kappe Chennigaraya Temple. This is adjacent to the main temple and it's named after the small sculptured frog or kappe found on one of the idols. This temple is believed to have been built by the temple's chief sculptor Dasoja or by one of the Vishnuvardhana's generals. It houses an image of Chengiraya, another form of Lord Vishnu, and contains similarly detailed carvings, though on a smaller scale. The legends associated with this shrine speaks of how the frog protects the temple from water damage, a symbolic guardian of the sanctity of this place.
ಓ ಚನ್ನಕೇಶವ ನಿನ್ನ ಶರಣು ನಾವು ಬೇಳೂರು ವೈಕುಂಠದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮಧುರ ಸ್ವಪ್ಪು ಯಗಚಿ ನದಿಯ ತೀರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಂದಿರ ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಶೋಭೆಯ ಸಿಂಧು ಬಿಂಬಿಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ವಿಷ್ಣುವರ್ಧನ ನಡೆಸಿದನು ವಿಜಯನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಪೂಜಿಸಿದನು ದಶಾವತಾರ ರೂಪಗಳು ನಿನ್ನ ಹೊರಗೋಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಮರುಳು ಮಾಡಿದವು ಕಲಾವಿದರ ಕೈ ಶಿಲ್ಪವೊಲೆ ಶಾಂತಲ ದೇವಿಯ ರೂಪವು ಮಡದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣು ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕಲ್ಪ ವೃಕ್ಷದಂತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಂಟಪ ಭಾನು ಲತೆ ತರಿದ ತುತ್ತೂರಿಯಂತಿರುವ ಗರ್ಭಗುಡಿ ಬೆಳಕು ಲಘುಪತ್ರ ಪಡೆಯುವಂತೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ ಭಾರಮಯ ಸ್ತಂಭವು ಮಕರ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ವೈಕುಂಠ ಏಕಾದಶಿಯ ದಿವ್ಯ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆ ಗರುಡ ವಾಹನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿನ್ನ ರೂಪದ ಮಂಗಳ ಗಾನ ಹೊಸಲು ಹಬ್ಬಿದ ನಾನಾ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಸಂಗಮ ಸ್ಥಳ ಬೆಳೂರಿನ ಶಿಲ್ಪ ವೈಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಯಾದ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಹಿಮೆ ಮೂಲಮೂರ್ತಿ ವಿಜಯನಾರಾಯಣ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ನವರಂಗದ ನೃತ್ಯ ಮುದ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವದೂತ ನೃತ್ಯಾಕಾರಕ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು ಕಥಿಸುವ ನಿನ್ನ ಶಿಲ್ಪಗಾದೆಗಳು ಕಾಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದಿಗಂತ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿದ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾವ್ಯದ ನುಡಿಗಳು
And the next we are going to visit Vahana Mantapa. To the east of the main temple is the Vahana Mantapa or the vehicle pavilion. This open hall with stone pillars was used during the festivals and temple processions to house the Ustava Vahanas, ceremonial mounts of the deity such as Garuda, Hanuman and others. The Vahana Mantapa adds to the temple complex grandeur, showcasing carvings of divine mounts with elaborate ornamentation. And moving ahead, within the temple complex, you'll also find the Sri Somyanayaki temple, dedicated to goddess Lakshmi, consort of Chennakeshava. Somyanayaki, meaning the gentle of or graceful goddess, is represented in a beautiful idol adorned with traditional jewelry. This temple, though smaller, mirrors the architecture detailing of the main shrine and reminds us of the importance of divine feminine energy in Hoysala's worships. When we visited, it was around 12 p.m. And the temperature was at its peak. But one strange thing I noticed is the temperature on the outside it was pretty much like around 30 degree. But when we entered into the temple, like inside these structures, and when we touched these pillars, also it was very cold actually, and the temperature was like 5 degrees less when compared to direct sunlight. And moreover, like the architecture or the stones behavior, I don't know why, but the temperature was cool at these locations. Next, moving ahead, we get Sri Vijayanagara Swami Temple, an integral part of the grand Chennakeshwar Temple complex. This masterpiece, dedicated to Lord Vishnu, stands as a shining example of the artistic and cultural richness of Hoysala era. As I stood before its intricate carvings and detailed sculptures, I found myself utterly captivated, unable to turn away from its mesmerizing beauty. Every inch of this temple tells a story of devotion, of craftsmanship, and of civilizations that celebrated art as a prayer. The serene ambience and historical significance of this temple make it a must visit for anyone drawn to ancient Indian architecture and spirituality. Though it's compact, the Veeranarayana temple embodies grandeur. It is dedicated to not only to Vishnu but also to Shiva, Bhairava, Brahma, Parvati, Saraswati, Lakshmi, and more. Look closely and you'll spot panels depicting epic tales like the story of Bhima from Mahabharata. Each panel a timeless window into the India's mythological past. And together these temples create an unforgettable experience where every stone whispers history and every sculpture echoes the devotion of past future. And next we have, and this is the last shrine in the Chennakeshwar Temple complex. This is located in the northeast of the main Chennakeshwar Temple, and this is Sri Andal Temple, also known as the Ranganayaki Shrine, a small yet stunning jewel of Belur. Its outer walls are adorned with intricate carvings of Venugopala, Mohini, Lakshmi, and the avatars of Sri Vishnu, each sculptured with breathtaking detail. The temple's artwork celebrates the rich traditions of Shaktism, Shivaism, and Vaishnavism, with over 31 large deity images and friezes depicting legends from the Puranas. And this is dedicated to goddess Andal. This shrine blends devotion with artistic excellence, while the temple's serene atmosphere offers a spiritual retreat. And this is one of the main shrines in this temple complex.
ಚನ್ನಕೇಶವ ನಿನ್ನ ಶರಣು ನಾವು ಬೆಳೂರು ವೈಕುಂಠದ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮಧುರ ಸುಖು ಯಗಚಿ ನದಿಯ ತೀರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಂದಿರ ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಶೋಭೆಯ ಸಿಂಧು ಬಿಂಬಿಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ವಿಷ್ಣುವರ್ಧನ ನಡೆಸಿದನು ವಿಜಯ ನಾರಾಯಣನೆಂದು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಪೂಜಿಸಿದನು ದಶಾವತಾರ ರೂಪಗಳು ನಿನ್ನ ಹೊರಗೋಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಮರುಳು ಮಾಡಿದವು ಕಲಾವಿದರ ಕೈಶಿಲ್ಪವೊಲೆ ಶಾಂತಲಾ ದೇವಿಯ ರೂಪವು ಮಡದಿಯಲಿ ಕಾಣು ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕಲ್ಪವೃಕ್ಷದಂತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಂಟಪ ಭಾನು ಲತೆ ತರಿದ ತುತ್ತೂರಿಯಂತಿರುವ ಗರ್ಭಗುಡಿ ಬೆಳಕು ಲಘುಪತ್ರ ಪಡೆಯುವಂತೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ ಭಾರಮಯ ಸ್ತಂಭವು ಮಕರ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ವೈಕುಂಠ ಏಕಾದಶಿಯ ದಿವ್ಯ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆ ಗರುಡ ವಾಹನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿನ್ನ ರೂಪದ ಮಂಗಳ ಗಾನ ಹೊಸಲು ಹಬ್ಬಿದ ನಾನಾ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಸಂಗಮ ಸ್ಥಳ ಬೆಳೂರಿನ ಶಿಲ್ಪ ವೈಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಯಾದ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಹಿಮೆ ವಿಜಯನಾರಾಯಣ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ನವರಂಗದ ನೃತ್ಯ ಮುದ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವದೂತ ನೃತ್ಯಕಾರಕ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು ಕಥಿಸುವ ನಿನ್ನ ಶಿಲ್ಪಗಾದೆಗಳು ಕಾಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದಿಗಂತ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿದ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾವ್ಯದ ನುಡಿಗಳು ಮಡದಿಯಲಿ ಕಾಣು ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕಲ್ಪವೃಕ್ಷದಂತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಂಟಪ ಭಾನು ಲತೆ ತರಿದ ತುತ್ತೂರಿಯಂತಿರುವ ಗರ್ಭಗುಡಿ ಬೆಳಕು ಲಘುಪತ್ರ ಪಡೆಯುವಂತೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ ಭಾರಮಯ ಸ್ತಂಭವು
And this is the boundary inner wall of the temple complex, and on this wall there is a lot of detailing history about the sculptures, the idols, and various languages which we have encountered. All those they have narrated very detailed here on this entire structure of the wall, so you can take a visit of this whole turn. In the stones they sculptured all the history and carvings and all the ideals, and if you are interested in the architectures and to know the history much, do visit all these corners of this temple, because every corner has story to tell you and each stone has its own story. So do visit every corner of this temple and get admired by these structures and gain the knowledge of the past. And to check out this entire temple complex, you easily need 2 to 3 hours of time to visit every detail. So do visit early in the mornings and enjoy the temple views and get the blessings of Lord Vishnu. Once you enter the main Gopuram, on the right side corner we will find the Chennakeshava Gudi Kola, also known as Swami Pushkarni. It is a sacred temple tank within the Belur temple premises. This serene water body is a home to fish and several tortoises, adding to its charm. It serves as a tranquil spot for reflection and the grandeur of the temple complex, embodying spiritual and ecological harmony. And over 900 years of continuous worship sustain this living monument. Daily pujas would be happening at around 7:30 and 6 p.m. Evoke the same chants Vishnuvardhana's priest heard. During Vaikunta Ekadasi, the temple comes alive. Thousands of pilgrims gather, processional image emerge of Garuda Vahana, and the refrains of Vedic chants fill the air. Local festivals also are celebrated like Makara Sankranti, Kambala, buffalo races, and temple cart processions show how Belur remains both past and present, its stone resonating with devotions. These are the detailed sculptures of the exterior of Chennakeshava Temple. And the Chennakeshava Temple of Belur is not just a monument, it's a living testimony to India's artistic, spiritual, and cultural brilliance. Whether you are drawn here by devotion, curiosity, or love for architecture, a visit to Belur promises to be an unforgettable journey into history. So, plan your visit, walk through the sculptured corridors, and immerse yourself in the legacy of the Hoysalas. And this is under UNESCO as of now. So, there are a lot of tourists are visiting these places. So, one request is to maintain these temple premises as it is. And there are tourist guides also if you want to hire them, so they'll charge around 300 to 400 per tour. So they'll explain the each and every architecture here. Since we are not much aware of this, so it's if you are interested in them, so you can hire them so that they could easily explain each and every stone of this temple complex. And today, if you see, the Belur is a small, bustling town that attracts the thousands of pilgrims, historians, and architecture lovers from all over the world. You can notice a lot of tourists have been visiting here, and during our visit also we found like a lot of people there. So it was overcrowded, if I want to put it in those words. So do plan accordingly and then visit some off season so that the crowd would be less. And don't visit on the weekends, guys. It's overcrowded. Apart from the Chennakeshwar temple, the town offers a small local markets where you can shop for handicrafts, stone carvings, and sovereigns. Belur is a well connected by road to Hassan, Chikmagalur, and Halebeedu, making it an ideal stop on an heritage trail. And if you're nearby Chikmagalur or traveling towards Chikmagalur, you can visit this place quickly, like spend an half a day and do visit these temples. So thank you for joining us on this tour of Belur timeless treasures. Catch up in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.